Didn't say anything as I closed the door, but I could feel his eyes on me through the window for far too long before he finally walked away. Things quieted down for a few days after that, and I started to think maybe Todd had finally gotten the message. About a week later, I came home from running errands and found Todd and his 2 kids at my front door. His son was standing there trying to pick the lock with a screwdriver, while Todd stood behind him, coaching like this was some kind of life lesson. It took me a second to even register what I was seeing, and then I lost it. I shouted at them as I ran up to the doorway. Todd turned around and looked startled for maybe half a second before his face slipped into an irritating fake smile. He tried to calm me down and told me that it wasn't what it looked like. He said my door was stuck and that he'd thought that they could help me out. I told him, yeah, it was stuck by a lock to keep people like you out. His son dropped the screwdriver and Todd's daughter shrank behind him, but Todd just kept smiling. He acted as if this was all one big misunderstanding. He told me there was no need to call the cops and that it was just a mistake. I'd have to have idiot written across my forehead if he'd thought I was buying that for a second. I kicked him and his little hoodlums off my property and told them if they pulled that stunt again, I'd call the cops. He opened his mouth to argue, but I wasn't about to let him get another word in. I pulled out my phone and hovered my finger over the call button, which seemed to do the trick. Todd threw his hands up in mock surrender and sure enough, left just as quickly as they had come. I stood there for a long time after they were gone. My heart was still racing. I knew I should have called the police right then and there, but something stopped me. I thought it was maybe the exhaustion. Against my better judgment, I let it go. A few days later, I noticed something was off. I had been slowly packing up boxes in the garage and storing away the sentimental things that I wasn't ready to go through yet. One afternoon, I went to grab a few boxes to bring inside, and that's when I realized several of them were missing. My grandmother's old photos, letters, and even some of the jewelry she had given me. All of it was gone.